Hey guys, this is the messy part of my room that looks like maybe something you would see on a Hoarders episode, but finals week has arrived and I'm done with school, and now I can focus on the games, so that's why this is pretty messy. I've been organizing, rearranging things. Finally, I've been able to put together at least most of my game room, so I decided today I would give you a little overview of my collection and what I've done the last 2 days now that I have some spare time. So without further ado, let's move on to the game room. Now, I'm going to give you a little pan over of what I'm working with at the moment. If I can fit everything in, that's walls. I need to put something on that wall. It's a blank canvas for something, and that's basically the overview of it. Now I'm gonna briefly take you over some things. This right here is my resurfacing machine, which I highly recommend to any collector who's a big yard seller, thrift store, pawn shopper, that doesn't have a buttload of bucks to spend on eBay or whatever to get mint stuff. You go around to yard sales and you can clean up your discs, make them look pretty good with this thing. Really, really good. It's way out of Skip Doctor's league, not even in the same league. But this thing is awesome. It cost me 114 bucks, and it makes almost all the discs look near perfect, with the exception of PS1. PS1s are a pain in the butt to get pretty, but it'll make them work. You'll see little scratches in PS1 games in the right light. So this will work on most discs very, very, very well. And just to really quickly show you what it is you essentially clamp the disc in. It's got a spring arm on it there, and when you shut the door, there's a buffer pad that sits on that, and you set a speed, you turn it on, and it just buffs the discs and resurface it. So 114 bucks, highly recommended to you yard sale collectors. This is my first Nintendo Power magazine, and speaking of Nintendo Power, I got these up, so I'll give you a little looky at them. Some pretty cool posters. I love the Mega Man ones. I give you a little more light here. Battletoads, one of my favorite games. And Mr. Freeze, I got him at a yard sale. Cardboard stand-up. I got him, Batman, and Robin, all for $10. And so there's the type of wall decoration that I have here at the moment. As far as the collection itself, I got a bunch of Nintendo Power magazines, Dreamcast magazines, all sorts. These are my regular Nintendos. So far, some Super Nintendos. Leaving that empty because it'll be filled up pretty soon. N64s and PS1, Dreamcast, and this is a pretty cool find. It's a silent scope light gun rifle for the Xbox original, and I got that in the original box there at a thrift store for $5, and it works great. It's awesome. And this is another cool find I got in my collection. This Lancer, Gears of War Lancer. I got this replica for $20 on Craigslist, and it's on eBay for like $135. So I plan to sell it whenever I set up a PayPal account. And I got some of my stuff there in these drawers. This is actually an official TV stand, I found out. I got that at a yard sale for $5. And these little tubbies. In here are two of my favorite finds. Capcom fight sticks. I got these at a yard sale, not a yard sale, a thrift store. And they have the exact feel to them as an arcade stick. You hear that clicking? Just like an arcade stick. These things are awesome for the Super Nintendo. And they're pretty rare, I found out. But I got two of them for $3 each at a thrift store. And in here I got, it's hard to do this with one hand, but, ooh, that was not a squeaky fart, but I got Dreamcast keyboards in here, some of them light guns, some Saturn stuff. It's pretty crowded in there. I'll have to, I'll just leave it like that for now. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Of course, the CRT TV for the retro stuff that you don't want to play on LCDs. And down there I got my Genesis, my Jungle Green N64, my Super Nintendo. Under my Fallout in this little cabinet, well, I've got AV selector switches so I can connect a bunch of systems up. Extension cords for controllers. Some Atari stuff, not a lot. Power pad. And a U-Force controller for the Nintendo. This is more Atari stuff that I gotta put out somewhere, but an Atari Slim with a bunch of crap. I'm not a huge Atari fan, I just have it because you kind of have to, if you collect games, have at least an Atari. With some games. This thing right here is pretty awesome. It's a big 6 foot tall entertainment like glass case. I got this at Salvation Army. It was supposedly donated from a not thrift store, a furniture store, and it looks like it was new. And I got this during a sale they had for $50. And like I said, 6 feet tall, really nice. It's got this bendy glass thing that opens up this door. I got my 360. I need to connect everything. That's why I just have cords on top, because I just organized everything. But 360, PS2 Slim, GameCube, Dreamcast, Saturn with the gun, Sega Masters, and a really high-tech AV selector. It's wireless, it's pretty awesome. And a original Xbox. And I got my bunch of controllers in there. Of course, a high-def TV for the 360 and the newer consoles. I got my Wii upstairs, but I got some games for it here. A lot of them are like the horror games. Not that there's many, but some PS2 light gun games, GameCube, more PS2 games. I've got all the Silent Hills and Xbox original. Got the Fatal Frames there. Those are cool. I need to get number 3 for the PS2. And Congos. Or bongos, whatever you call them, I don't know. And some N64 controllers, I got a ton more. Sega Saturn steering wheel. These Sega Masters games, I got a killer deal on those. I got 33 Sega Masters games in the boxes with 2 of these Sega control sticks, as well as a boxed, the 3D glasses boxed. All of them at a thrift store for $25. Couldn't believe it. And I got a real small Genesis collection. That's what I'm planning to enlarge this a lot this yard sale season. I passed up a lot of them last year. And Saturn games. Sega CD, only have 2. I don't have a Sega CD. Well, I have one, but it was always busted when I got it, so that sucks. And 360 games. Don't have a ton, but I have some of the essentials. I don't have money to buy 360 games. I buy these older games, and I sell off my extras and enlarge my collection, because I don't have $60 to go bomb out on one of those when they just come out. And some box stuff here, and just some of my boxes on top. So I showed you the majority of my collection. I still have a TurboGrafx and a lot of my controllers and a bunch of other crap, but this is the main portion of my collection so far. And like I said, I don't ever get anything on eBay. It's all been in yard sales, thrift stores, pawn shops, swap meets, local classifieds. And I've been doing it for about since July of last summer. Prior to that, I just had like 20 or so PS2 games and like 5 GameCube games and like 20 or so Xbox games. So I didn't have any of my retro stuff. I sold that off in the past, but I think my collection's coming along, and finally have time to clean it up and start playing it more. And yard sales are going to be picking back up, so it's a pretty exciting time of year for me. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Catch y'all later.